All right. So as you can see, I started to shade the side of the marble that hits the table where the shadow would be. Because we know when an object hits another object, there's a shadow. You can see my two fingers hitting together, there's a shadow. So where the marble hits the table, we're gonna add a shadow. We're gonna use the black chalk pastel to do that. So you can see I started it here. I'll do this one now. So I'm just gonna take the edge that it hits the table, right where that black line we made in the last video was. Make sure you get the lip where it hits the table, that marble, so we don't have that weird line we talked about before. Okay, so I'm gonna use my finger. I'm just gonna kind of smudge. You wanna try to, chalk pastel can get a little messy, so just be a little beware. The smaller ones are gonna be harder. When you start to go larger, it's gonna be easier. So I kind of just smudged it where it hit the table. And you can see already it's starting to look three-dimensional. Right here I get a little, oops, I can take an eraser to that later. Next, I'm going to use color to make a colored shadow. So I need green, I'm gonna do two different types of green, and blue for this one. So I can see that there's like blue around the middle of my marble, right there. Then there's green around the outside. And again, I'm not going crazy. A little bit of color. Green in the middle. Now a little trick with chalk pastel. Use a different finger for each color you're smudging. So I'm going to use, I have no black. I had black on these fingers, so I'm gonna use my point, whatever that one is, my ring finger for the blue. I'm gonna use my pinky for the green. If you mix that up at all, don't worry. You can always go back with a little color to straighten up your lines if you needed to make it darker. You can come back with the black if you needed to add more shadow. And it's just gonna take some practice. That's why we're practicing, okay? Fantastic.